Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Kemia.
Welcome to the This and That Chat. What are you smiling about?
What I'm going to ask you.
Oh, Lord.
I'm deciding.
Should I sit down extra for this? I'm already sitting, so.
This is for your brain. Okay?
A brain teaser?
Yes. What is our super couple name?
Oh, my goodness. Well,
There's Bennifer.
No. So, hold on.
Oh my God. Please don't say you saw a video about this.
No, I didn't. But somebody said that told us a super couple name one time.
Told us for us?
Yes, it's inappropriate.
What? Can we bleep it? Wait, we don't filter our chat though. How do we go around this? What? I don't remember this.
Okay, so.
Write it on a piece of paper and show me.
No. Well, it's okay. So it's Peter,
Yes.
right? And then they used your middle name.
Oh my Lord. Okay. Let's not do that one. And we won't tell people what my middle name is.
They know what your middle name is.
But it rhymes with niece.
That's too much information. All right. What's our super couple name?
What is our super couple name?
All right. So it would be Peter and Ketmia.
So it could be
So-
Peter.
Petmia.
I don't know why that sounds bad. A little pervy.
Or Pia.
Pia. That sounds like a cute little bird.
Pia, Pia, Pia.
Keeter.
No.
I don't like Keeter at all.
No.
Sometimes the woman's name goes first to make it work right.
Ketter.
Brangelina, I thought that was
But about Ketter?
Ketter.
Yeah.
Why not Keeter?
Because your name is not Keatmia.
Oh.
It would be Ketter.
That's true. I hate it. I hate it. We don't have a super couple name, which then begs to question.
Petmia.
I don't like that one.
That's-
I am
it
thinking
is.
about Littlest Pet Shop for some reason. I don't know why.
Peaket.
Peaket. That sounds foreign and exotic.
Peter and Ketmia. Peaket.
Peaket.
Pikachu.
Okay, so we don't have any one of those names that just roll off the tongue.
No, we don't. But we don't need it.
I think it's because we
We're
were
a
star-crossed and not meant to be.
No, we're a super couple without the name. We are the no-name super couple.
What makes a super couple super?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. I think it's fame and money,
Yeah. You gave.
of which we have none.
Yeah.
Neither.
You gave Mike and Tati a super name this week.
Yes, that was a funny thing.
But I like it. I see if that was our super name, I would use it.
But that's cute though, I think.
Yes.
And isn't there a chip that's called Taki?
Yeah, Takis.
I think it's cute. I actually did it just as a joke.
And I think they like Takis.
I actually do think they do like them too.
So Tatiana
Well,
and Mikey.
The reason I was thinking about super couples and all that stuff is because I was thinking about the show that I said I'm going to be on, 2032. Mark your calendars for The Amazing Race.
Why 2032? Hold on. I'm going to deviate.
Yeah.
Why 2032?
No idea. That is the number that came to my head when we were talking about it in that
You're
episode.
going to be 51 years old.
Yeah, which is so weird.
You want to go race around the world at 51 years old.
I'm going to say I would like to race around the world at any age.
No. See, race around the world is one thing. Mm-hmm. Visit the world is another. I will visit the world with you at 51, But race, I will watch it
Wow.
on TV.
Okay, but that's the thing, right? So I don't know. That's the number that came to my head, and they say it takes about. It takes. Some people said they've waited 8 years to get in, to be able to
You
race.
better get on it.
So that's the thing, right? You start counting the years between. Nick has to be at least 21 before she can race. So we've got to account for that.
So okay, so then do you have to wait until she's 21 to apply?
Exactly. And then from there, it could be 8 years. That's
So-
why
But that wouldn't be 2030. Oh, it would be.
it would be close,
It'd be
which is really
2030
weird that that's the number that I
2032,
got.
2033. Yeah.
That's kind of weird. So
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about my favorite part when they're introducing everybody is you're always looking for the couple who says that they're there to work on their relationship. I'm like, you're on the wrong show, buddy. Okay? There's always one couple who's there to test their relationship.
The most memorable for me was the dentist and his wife.
Oh my gosh. I think everyone remembers them. Anybody who watches a show knows exactly who we're talking about. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about explosive episodes.
Wow. Yes.
Every time that
Because I
man
think it's.
spoke to his wife,
Oh my gosh.
it was like it was
Well,
with
I
a
feel
ha-
it's
it
the
was with a
worst of
hammer.
you. Yeah, but I feel it's either the worst or the best of you is going to come out when you're under pressure, when you're in front of the cameras and all that stuff. And clearly, that patience and talking nicely to his wife or respectfully even, and the way that she took it, I feel like every woman in America was looking at her like, you don't deserve to be treated like that.
Speaking of cameras, I'm gonna throw it out there.
No.
We should be recording this live.
No.
It would be
Okay,
amazing.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay,
if I
give
get
me-
on the Amazing Race,
Give me no.
yes, we will
Let's-
record.
No, hold on. Let's do this live.
Okay.
Give me a parameter
Okay.
that is realistic.
Okay. A
For
weekly
us.
massage.
That's all I gotta do? Deal.
No, we haven't worked out the details.
No, we're working the details. If a weekly
Okay.
massage is all it takes for us to put this on YouTube, recorded video, I'm down.
Okay, but you haven't even heard my terms yet.
You just said it. A weekly massage.
No, there are terms.
Okay, go.
Okay. First, you would have to complete 3 months of consistent weekly massages for me to know that you're good for your word.
Can this be on a contract?
Yes, it has
Okay.
to be.
Can I counter offer with 6 weeks?
No.
Come on
Anybody can do anything for 6 weeks. 3 months, you're telling me you're committed, and then see, I now can deliver on the goods because I have been paid.
I've paid you for 6 weeks.
No, not good enough.
Okay, 8 weeks.
If we do 6 weeks, you can only record my forehead.
Fine.
Wrong answer.
I will put you.
I don't even know why we're having this conversation on the chat.
Because people out there
don't
want
want
it.
to see us.
Are you
Did you see
kidding?
we just said the opposite thing?
Are you kidding?
We're not in sync.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'm working on it. That's why I keep bringing it up. Eventually, you're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
Oh, I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it
secede?
without.
Is it secede?
Oh, hell, yeah. Secede means I'm leaving you.
No,
That's what
not
happened to Texas. Texas said, "Deuces, everyone, I'm out," and they left the union
And we're about to get there. We're about to go.
to Texas. Yes,
Yes.
you said we're about to get there. It's like, what?
Sorry.
You read the news more than I do.
Sorry.
We're our little hands.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're
Okay, sorry, go back.
I'm
So
sorry.
20
No. So I'm talking about. I have considered. Because look, I think that people who win stuff, it's either because luck was on their side, right? Or you just know you're gonna win, and I know I can win.
Okay.
I
Can you
know
win?
I can win.
Can you win with me?
Ooh. The trickiest question of all
Oh
time.
yes. I'm
No.
putting it out there.
Dang it.
Can you win the Amazing Race with me?
I don't think so. See, I immediately, like, I feel it in my bones. No, I
Would
can't.
would we be a memorable couple?
100%. Yes. But you know
Hey,
why?
hold on. We could actually we would be able to say that we're podcasters.
Yeah, we're still doing that back then. But no, we can't. You know why?
Why?
Because there are 3 things that you do consistently that do not work with being on The Amazing Race.
All
Okay?
right. So this is now becoming a bashing session.
No.
Okay. Number 1.
I'm saying, listen.
Number
I
1.
I have studied these couples, and there was one couple, hilarious, right? Sad, but hilarious. They both were so excited to be on there. They said that for months they had walked around with heavy backpacks so that they could get used to the weight that they have to carry all around. They had physically trained for it. They were both like super smart people in college, and you know, so they had the know-how. They were great with maps. They came so prepared, and they were the first ones to leave. Because a lot on that show is also luck. If you get a bad taxi driver and you get lost,
Okay,
I mean, how can you help it?
So here's a question. How would we be any different from goodness, I forgot their name.
The dentist?
No, from Big Brother. Riley. Oh, right.
Oh, Brenchel? Oh,
Yeah, Brenchel.
Another one.
How would we be different from Brenchel?
But did they win?
They
An
won.
Amazing Race?
They did.
I don't remember.
She won.
Did
She won. Yeah. I say she because he just tags along.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing,
She is a
She's
tough person to.
Yes. Well, she came twice to the show, though.
Right.
So
She
I
came
think
with her
she lost the
sister.
first one.
She lost the one with her sister. Oh no, she won the one with her sister.
You know, I think you've got it mixed up.
Hold
I
on.
don't know.
I'm
But
gonna find out.
either way. So the thing is that you like to solve puzzles on your own, and this show is a lot about teamwork. You know? And true or false, you're I got it person.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Except when I need to have your full attention. You need to look up this information later.
No, I'm looking at it. Quick, I'm listening to you. I promise.
Okay. So what happens every time that you say, I need you to find this for me. I need you to come help me with something. What happens?
You take too long, and I gotta go get it myself.
Exactly. And you know why? Because for all of our married life, right? Well, let's say probably for like half of it, right? Every time you would say, hey, I need a scissor. Can you go get me a scissor? I would go look for the scissors. And when I'm back, you used your keys to cut what you needed open. And I would say, why did you use your keys? You asked me to go get a scissor.
Well, you took too long.
No. Well, I got to go find it. And then that kept happening every single time without fail. I would show up and you had already resolved it. So now I take long on purpose because I know that in a minute I'm going to hear, I got it. And I didn't have to go do anything. But that doesn't work on The Amazing Race.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work.
But see,
then we would be in trouble because
okay, hold on.
We would be arguing.
But in those cases, I think it would be different because I don't. Okay, so I think that the reason why it takes you so long sometimes is because you're a little bit squirrely. Because you're doing other stuff.
Well,
but if we're on The Amazing Race,
yeah,
I feel like you would be so concentrated on what we're doing.
Winning.
Yeah, that.
All right, example from this morning.
Okay.
You were making sunny side up eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And you had an egg that didn't break all the way and was giving you trouble.
Yes, it
right?
was the egg with a metallic shell on it.
Well, I think it was the inner Wasn't it the
all
inner
shell-
membrane?
Yeah, the shell all fell apart, but the inner membrane, I couldn't even break it.
Yeah, it was really because it's from our chickens,
Mhm.
and so it's like super egg.
Super egg.
And so you are in the middle of this egg that isn't cracking, but it's kind of, there is a hole in it, and I'm afraid it's going to break. And you say to me, give me something to get the egg out. And I said, what do you need? Silence.
Okay, but
Because-
were you not standing there watching everything happen?
Honestly, all I knew was that the egg wasn't breaking. So do you know what I was seeing from my perspective?
What?
What I was seeing is that the egg, because of the pressure of that little hole, it was going to break and you were going to have a broken egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was thinking is a little bowl would help you put that egg away or crack it into it and see if it broke. And if it didn't, then you could put it back in the pot, whatever, right? But because you didn't give me any further
That
information,
actually would have been a good idea.
that's what I was trying to tell you to do. That way you wouldn't. And so then I that's where I was thinking, like, you worked
But see,
so much harder.
But that thought stayed in your brain.
Well, because that's another bad thing, right? So when you are in the zone, when you're super concentrated on doing something or you're super flustered doing something, I have found that it's best for me to stay quiet and just to let you work out whatever little issue you have.
I agree.
Okay. So a lot of times I do think I have helpful thoughts, but I think that at that moment you are not receiving incoming messages. You know, so it's one of those things where if we were on the race, that wouldn't work. I would have to be saying,
mentality,
do it this way, and you would be still like in your zone where.
But my mentality would be different, just
I
like
don't
yours.
think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that because you're under pressure, you are who you are. And that's why for a lot of people, their bad side comes out. Because, yeah, for the cameras, you can smile and, you know, we're like this kind of person and all that stuff. But when you're under pressure, your mind, like scientifically, your mind cannot be pretending to be someone and doing something under pressure. So the real you comes out. And that's why a lot of times you see these people, you're like, wow, this person is excellent under pressure. They're so focused. They're communicating. It's so amazing. But other people, that's not how they work under pressure.
Yeah.
So I think that even if you're thinking, or you or anybody's thinking, I'm going to do it differently. Yeah, in a non-pressure situation, sure. In a pressure situation, that's where we would fall short. Because, like I said, I've told you this before, you have an internal GPS. I have never, I mean, I know my dad doesn't get lost either, which always amazed me. But we have gone, for example, we visit Georgia every year. We go to different places, right? And there's times where you're like, the peach store that we went to, it's around here. I remember passing this before. One time a year ago. And it's like, well, where is it? Okay, so we have to turn here and there, and all of a sudden we are at a peach store. It's like, how do you even remember this stuff?
Internal GPS.
You swallowed a magnet and a leaf and a cup of water at one point, right?
My gut tells me that we're going north.
Apparently, you can make a compass with a cup of water, a leaf, and a magnet.
That's what I've been told.
So, yeah. How? I'm not sure.
No.
But
Anyways.
But
So,
but would you be my buddy?
Yes.
Would you go with me?
I'd go with you. I would.
Do you feel like you could win with me?
Could I win with you? I think so. I just don't know if we would be outplayed.
But that's the thing. That game is not about being sneaky.
No,
or
I'm not saying the sneaky.
backstabbing.
I'm not saying the sneaky part. Physically, I think if we were to go like now, I don't know that my knee would.
Your knee. I
would
know.
make the whole
Of course,
thing.
we would have to strengthen certain things.
No, I think I would have to put a bionic leg on. And then your back.
That's why I need the massage.
I know, but it's because we're getting old.
I know. Isn't it nice that we get old together?
Mm-hmm.
I heard a wife say something to a husband that I thought, wow, that's perfect. I've never heard it said like that. She told him, remember that we were supposed to get old and flabby together. And I was like, I've never heard it said that way, you know? And I don't know why that made me think about. I was looking at a picture of people from a cast of a show,
Mm-hmm.
and every single person on that I guess that display of who was going to be in the show, they all had altered photographs. You know, everybody had
Like
pristine
current,
skin, huh?
current altered photographs.
Yes, but what I'm saying is you've seen there was a Dove commercial a few years ago that showed what they do to models, how they put their picture in a computer and they give them
Right.
a longer neck and
Pull the lines in just a little bit and switch them.
right, and all of a sudden you see the original picture and the finished picture, and it nobody can strive for those standards, right? And I was thinking, wow, you know, you go back and you
Well,
look at
that's-
like Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor,
Yeah,
these
natural
people,
beauties.
natural beauties, no filters, no altered photographs. It was just,
And what is one thing that I tell you all the time that I don't like for you to do?
oh, you don't like makeup. You know,
What is the only thing I like?
you only like me to do my eyes
Mhm.
because those were the ones that drew you in.
That's it. I'm good with the rest of it. I'd rather have all natural.
That's so
So-
funny because when the guy came to do our kitchen cabinets, you know, sometimes I say things and I think that people understand what I'm saying because I know what I'm saying, but then I realize later that the way I said it comes across really badly, right?
Okay. I don't know what you're.
Two
I don't know
things
where you're
happened
going.
with makeup. Okay?
Okay.
That's what it was. So when the guy came to redo our kitchen cabinets, I was telling him I wanted the color alabaster, and he was like, well, you know, the thing with a white
Oh, yeah.
color is that you cannot touch it if you just got your nails done. Okay, because I can't tell you how many times I've had people call me and say there's red on my kitchen cabinets and I can't take it out, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, that's not a problem at all. My husband doesn't like me to paint my nails in like bright colors. And I realized later, right? Because I didn't feel like he needed an explanation of you like the muted tones, you like the nudes, the soft colors, that it's, you know, more, I don't know, toned down, right? And neutral. Neutral is the word, right? I didn't feel like he needed that super long explanation because in my mind, like I understand that. But then I realized that he probably heard like, man, this is a very domineering man. He doesn't let her even paint her nails. Okay. And then even with Nikki, right? She gave me this lipstick that was pop in like pink color. It was so pretty, right? I loved it. And the day she gave it to me, I put it on, and then you and I went out to dinner. Okay. This is the stuff that only happens to me, right? Where do we go? We went to go have wings, right? And of course, what happens when you're eating wings? You have to wipe your mouth a lot because it's messy and they're all saucy and everything. And at one point, you look at me and you're like, why do you have lipstick all over your face? And I grabbed my phone, and sure enough, I have smeared this lipstick almost up to my cheek. Okay. And now I've got like streaks of pink on my face. I was like, what in the world, right? And you're telling me what kind of cheap makeup do you buy that's happening?
Well, the thing. Okay, so the reason I ask what kind of cheap makeup is because sometimes you go and you look at it, you're like, oh, I'm gonna save $2 and I'm gonna grab this one, and then you're like, it's like the eyeliner doesn't stay where it's supposed to stay or whatever it is, and I'm like, buy the good one. Like,
Yes.
stop buying that one.
And I got that message loud and clear a long time ago, right? So I explained to you then that no, Nikki gave me this, you know, and I had no idea since I had never worn it before. I didn't know that it was one of those that would just like and just even like talking, you're starting to smear it
Yeah.
already. Okay. So when I came home, I think it was a couple days later, I mentioned she asked me something about, Mom, you should wear the lipstick again. It looks so pretty on you, right? And I was like, oh no, your dad doesn't like it. Okay, and that's all I said. Later, as I'm thinking through that, right, I realized, wait, what I told her sounded terrible. Like, I'm not going to wear a lipstick I like because you don't like it. And I thought, she's going to think badly of you. So I went back and I explained to her, no, no, no. Here's the thing, it's smeared all over. And, Dad told me something, and that's why I took it off, and I'm not wearing it anymore because it just smears. I guess I shouldn't even have said that you didn't like it because it really wasn't about
Yeah.
that. But that's what I said. But anyway, that
Right,
was a
so-
very long story.
Yeah, we went like
I'm sorry.
deep rabbit trail. So Rachel or Brenchel,
Yeah.
they went actually twice.
Yeah.
They got third place both times.
Yeah. I was
So
going to
they
tell you
didn't
they
win.
didn't win.
And
They
then-
won Big Brother.
And then she went with her sister and they got 7th place.
yeah.
So she went 3 times to the Amazing Race.
the first time that
3
she
times
went,
the loser.
well, but the first time that she went, she cried the entire time. And then the second time that she came, she was a completely different person.
Mhm.
So but they
They
still
lost
ended.
the second time they lost to Cody and Jessica.
Okay, and they won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But see, I'm not as extreme as Cody because he's extremely very military regimented.
Mm-hmm.
But I would consider us closer to them than Brenchel.
100%.
So I think we could win.
Wow, I know.
Listen, I'll take the $1 million check. Can we just do that?
and skip
anyways.
it all.
Yes. All right. So number 1, I don't communicate. So what's number 2?
Oh, no, it's not that you
Or did
don't
you-
communicate.
Well, I don't communicate well.
Yeah, you only give me partial information.
When I get in
When you
my
get in
head.
your when you're in your zone, you don't give me all the
Yes.
information you need for me to help you.
Okay.
The other thing was that you ask for help, but then you don't really need it.
Oh, okay. Did you
Right?
put them all in together?
Yeah, it was kind of all like that.
Oh, but I didn't get the definitive ones. So 1 is I don't communicate when I'm in my head.
Yeah.
2 is I ask for help but don't really need it.
Ever.
Okay. And then 3,
3, you do not
are you
no,
thinking of
no, no,
one
no.
right now?
I'm trying to think about how to say it. You don't know your own limitations for when you have to switch with me for something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't like this game.
You're the one who went back to it.
I'm going to go sit in my corner and cry.
Stop it. Stop.
I'm such a horrible person.
No, that's not what I said.
Make it stop, Mom.
Listen.
Make it stop.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you're saying. Shh. Let's
No,
talk
you
about
don't.
something else.
No, you don't.
Yes, I know. I keep doing something
which
until
part?
that I don't stop. I don't switch. Even though I need to stop and give somebody else a chance. I'm just like, no, I got it.
Yes.
Whatever.
Also, should you drive tired?
Oh no. Why are you bringing that up?
Because that is the thing I was talking about.
But
you don't switch with me when you're tired.
oh yeah.
Because you tell me you're blinking.
Should we share the story about what happened with your brother when he was here?
Oh my God. So my brother was here visiting as well. Apparently everybody's visiting us. And you have allergies, right? That sometimes get really, really bad out of nowhere, right? And I noticed that your eyes were red and tired. I can tell when you're tired, even though you swear you are not. So my brother,
What was it? Okay.
because
hold
your
on.
eyes were crying a little bit, you kept rubbing your eyes.
Pause.
Uh-huh.
What was it? What was the term that you called or that Nikki said that I suffer from?
Yes, it is revenge. Like bedtime procrastination something.
Hold on. Revenge what?
I don't know why I thought revenge.
Revenge, bedtime, procrastination. Revenge, bedtime, yep, that's exactly it.
What?
Revenge. It's called revenge, bedtime, procrastination.
Okay, this is a new word, folks. Okay, a new term that we just read about.
And it says it's refusing to go to sleep because you value the freedom of late night hours more than sleep. It's a way to gain control over the time and reclaim hours for yourself. And then, oh look, this, see, we didn't see this. It says often it affects busy parents or caregivers who are overworked or overworked employees and people with anxiety. It's your way of getting revenge for not having control for not having control of your daytime hours.
There you go. Revenge, bedtime procrastination. So, parents would, be more familiar with this with just a child who fights sleep. Okay. They don't understand why they're fighting sleep yet. But as an adult, and you have said this to me, you don't want to just come home from work and go to sleep. Like
Yes.
you want to sit down and do something, even though sleep always wins. Like, this is something, it's a battle that you can't win. So, so you fight it like a lot like a child fights sleep. You fight it. Like, I don't want to, but eventually you succumb to it.
Yes.
But my brother noticed that you kept, like rubbing your eye because it was like irritated and all that stuff. But I noticed the way that you were doing it and your eyes were staying closed for a lot longer than normal. Okay. And he asked you, "Hey, are you falling asleep or something?" And you were like, "No, my allergies," with your eyes closed, barely moving, right? And he was like, "Oh," he talked to somebody, he turned around, you're gone. And you were out, like, to the point where when I woke you, people were leaving and you were completely shocked.
And
like, what happened?
It was early. Like I had no idea what happened. Honestly, so I had gotten out of work early enough to be home for when your brother got here, right?
We played a couple games.
Yeah, we played a couple games. Like I didn't feel tired at all. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom, gone.
But gone, like, you were out of it.
But that's what happens to me. It's a light switch.
It's so crazy.
I'm perfectly okay.
For real, I've said this. I do not. There were so many times that I know before, many years ago, where I would get upset thinking that you were faking sleeping because we were literally in the middle of a conversation.
And then I'm asleep.
And then you were asleep. And I was like, nobody falls asleep that fast. You do.
It's a light switch.
You do. And it's crazy.
And that's what happens to me when I'm driving sometimes.
Right.
And that's dangerous.
It is.
'Cause
and right now live on the this and that chat, you were declaring a reformation, right?
See, the problem is that I don't realize it while I'm living it.
Right, but you are declaring that you are going to listen to me and you're going to trust when I say it's time to switch.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
I know it's a very hesitant yes.
It is a hesitant yes because I'm going to fight it when I'm in the moment.
I know, and I don't know why. Okay. Listen, these are all brownie points for a camera in here.
Okay. Yes, I will. Yes.
Yeah, so but you're a good teammate to have. I know that if we were stranded, I know we asked this question before. I asked you this question. If we were stranded, what movies would you take? Your forever movies? But if we were stranded, I know that that we would survive for a while.
Yes.
You're very handy.
It'd be like Swiss Family Robinson.
You do love that movie.
It'd be Zamora Family Robinson. No, Swiss Family Zamora.
I remember watching that movie as a kid and just being completely captivated with the fact that these people made such an amazing treehouse to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Disney has this way of pulling the wool over your eyes with their magic that you just get sucked in and you're like, yeah, I buy it. Hook, line, and sinker, even though it doesn't make any sense that even with all the material that they took from the ship, that they would be able to build what they built, right? Yeah, sure, sell it to me. I buy it.
It's possible. It really is.
I'm sure there's a couple flaws
I'm sure,
in it.
but it's possible.
One of which, for example, was where did they exactly get drinking water from?
You purify it.
But how did they purify it?
Well, you can use any type of plastic.
A little sprinkle from Tinkerbell?
No, it's like some kind of.
They didn't have plastic.
Well, something from the ship, or they used materials
Actually, we should
to
watch that
filter
movie
it.
today. Do you want to watch that movie today?
To filter the water as it goes through.
I do remember. I think they waited for it to rain, and then they had. Don't you remember they had like the water wheel?
Mm-hmm. And then it went through a filter. I'm pretty sure they created some sort of a filter.
I don't think so. Their tiger trap, amazing, amazing, amazing. After I watched the movie, I think like the movie ended, and I said I'm gonna go play outside. I went outside to dig a tiger trap. We can ask my dad about this story.
You didn't get very far.
Not at all. Not even a foot, maybe inches deep, okay? Well, I made enough for a little bowl to fit in there. It was more like for you to twist your ankle in. It was a hole big enough for your foot to fit in and for you to give yourself a good twist of the ankle. And people may not know, the thing is, it's just cap rock here.
Yeah,
so
you go down
do
just a little bit and then you hit rock.
That's it. It's crazy how fast you hit rock here. So I dug it.
I would think that on an island like that, you're going to get the rock pretty quick.
Interesting, right? You're right, because, well, no. Actually, hold on. Before we go into that, I went and took banana leaves off the tree, and I put them over my little hole, and I called my dad outside to come see something, because I wanted him to trip on my hole. And it's literally so blatant that it's right there. And he kept walking around it. He was just, trying to, I don't know, I guess amuse me by pretending that he kept missing. And I would be like, no, come this way, straight this way. And then he would just take a bigger step and
go around it.
And then finally he was like, hey, what's this? And then we uncover it. And he would just laugh. Like, he let me do my stuff, but I thought the tiger trap was so amazing. But I don't think that there is actually any rock underneath it. I think that it's a bunch of... We should look this up. I think that it's a bunch of compact dirt with roots and all that stuff. Yes, because a lot of these islands are floating on the sea.
No, they're not floating on the sea.
Yes, sir, they are.
No, because they
get swallowed up.
They get swallowed up because the tide goes up.
No, they get swallowed up like they're gone. The island no longer exists over years and years.
Because the tide goes up or erosion takes it. But
right.
It's not floating, because otherwise then you couldn't GPS it, because you wouldn't know where it is going to be tomorrow.
Yes, they are floating islands. Search.
Oh my goodness.
Are there floating islands? Search just like that. You're going to learn something, just like you just learned that golf plays in the Olympics. I taught you that.
A floating island is a mass of floating aquatic plants.
There you go.
Okay, but it's not something that you can go and get on. It's a phenomenon. It's a
phenomenon.
It's a natural phenomenon. Okay.
You know what I was thinking that we should do? We should do part of an episode where we talk about how we would survive in the end of the world.
Oh, our zombie apocalypse plan?
Yeah. Doesn't have to be zombies. I always think about like an asteroid, you know, and it, yeah, an asteroid.
If an asteroid,
multiple
listen,
asteroids.
if an asteroid comes, there's no plan
Why?
because we're going to die.
Why? It could hit a part of something else and miss us entirely.
Yes, and the catastrophic devastation to the world.
Yeah, who knows what that would do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your one survival tip that you can give people that could actually work? Because I have one survival tip that I came up with by myself. I'm sure somebody else probably has stolen it from me.
Cover yourself.
Cover yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like, as much as possible.
Babe.
I'm serious. Leave as little exposed skin as possible.
Like Joey?
No, not like pile on clothes.
Oh.
I'm saying to cover yourself, because out in the woods or out in the exposure of the world, like mosquitoes and bugs and all that kind of stuff is bad. Because when we've seen Naked and Afraid, right? Like we see, or even Survivor, what's the stuff that they deal with the worst?
Oh my God, the bug bites.
The bug bites and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My number one survival thing would be to make sure that I'm covered as much as possible.
Interesting. And that is actually probably a real thing.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I was going to say to re-record your voicemail to let family or friends know what your plans are.
So okay. So we talked about this yesterday.
Yep.
Okay. So I thought about it some more, and I think that that flaw is not able to be, there's no go around for it.
What do you mean? Because if your phone is dead, your phone automatically, if someone calls you, they go to voicemail.
Yes, but they have to be on network. And if you have a catastrophic event, you're not going to be on network. I mean, for goodness sakes, we get a little bit of wind and the cell phones go down.
True, but at some point, what if they come back online? And
Right.
you're looking for your family member.
At that point, are you still in that location?
You're not, but maybe you're traveling to a location.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, you would keep updating your voicemail.
If you have service.
But you don't need to have service in order to update your voicemail because it's a recording.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Wait, if I go to T-Mobile store right now and I get a brand new phone without service, I can't record a voicemail?
You can, but it's going to be only on that phone. And unless there is service that is attached to it.
Right, so that's
They're
what I'm
not gonna
saying.
get
At
the
some
message.
point, if the service goes back live, then they would hear your latest message.
I don't know. Because, okay, so like the voicemail on our phone, I don't think is kept on the phone.
What?
I think it's digital.
I don't know.
I think it's in the cloud.
I don't know.
I would venture to say that it's in the
That
cloud.
would be very interesting because then my whole theory goes out the window.
Yeah.
Listen, I was going to say I'm going to try it anyway, but there's no apocalypse
People call
that I'm planning on
people
yet.
call you and be like, "All right, I'm hiding under the bridge on the corner of 8th and 42nd. I'm going to stay here for 3 days and then I'm leaving." People be like, "Do I leave a message after this or what? What do I do?"
I feel like most of the world would be so unprepared for anything like that. And I think the pandemic showed that. When grocery stores were
It would
like
be
they were,
it would be so bad.
I mean, especially,
Well,
I mean,
hold
I
on.
feel like the only
How
people
about how about the gas?
No, and you know, I think
There were
that
people.
it's unique
I keep
to
going back
us
to it.
here.
There were people with Winn-Dixie bags, like grocery store plastic bags
I don't even
that were being
understand that.
doubled. No,
No,
they
but
were,
I don't even understand the logic behind that.
I don't either.
But that's what happens. People get like
And
they just get like
and
overwhelmed.
the lady
and
with the
no,
with
the
laundry,
hamper.
the
I don't
laundry
even
basket.
understand that.
There's video of this.
I don't even understand that. No, and like people really lose their composure and their minds. because we saw a video in something that happened just recently with the gas that wasn't even going to affect us. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
People crashing into cars in line just to get in front of them
Ooh,
on purpose.
ooh! You just reminded me of a story.
Tell me.
Okay, so years back,
Mm-hmm.
Ketmia was in line at a gas station to get some gas, and the lady in front of you. You remember?
I do.
So check this out.
And it was so an uneventful day.
It was such an uneventful, no reason at all. For
But
any
literally
of that.
every other thing had a car in it, so I waited behind her.
Yeah, the BJ's was always like that. It always had a line.
Mm-hmm.
So Ketmia gets behind this one vehicle, and the BJ's has a one way
In
one way in, one way out.
for gas.
They don't let you go the other way. So this lady had gotten into line where her gas was on the wrong side.
Mm-hmm.
And, Kemia's right behind her, and there were cars behind you? Yes?
Not behind me. There was no one behind. There were other cars behind other cars.
Right.
But I was the only person behind her.
Right. And this lady decides that she's going to go
She's outside trying to make it fit.
onto the other side of the
So
car.
she sees me
Mm-hmm.
and she gets in her car.
Yeah, she gets in her car and she backs up, like trying to bully Ketmia to move the car, or I don't know what she was thinking, but she ends up hitting the car, putting the hitch through the front bumper of our car. Now I was at work, and Ketmia had the frame of mind to take out her phone and take a picture of the tag and the car.
Oh, and she got out, remember?
Yeah, and she got out screaming and saying,
Why are you behind me?
Why are you behind me? It was
I
your
was like,
fault.
I do not know how to answer that question.
So this lady, I guess she realized that she was going to get in trouble. Just books it.
Wait, did we establish the fact that her hitch is in
Yeah.
our vehicle?
The hitch is in the front bumper.
Yes.
Literally inside the front bumper.
Right.
And she leaves and just yanks it out.
Right. Because I said that I was going to call the cops for a police report.
Mm-hmm.
Because, right? Obviously, there's damage to the car, right? And it happened to my sister that, not a hitch, but there was a similar situation where there was a car that she had bumped from behind
Mm-hmm.
at a light. So it's not even that's not even a hard hit, And the guy told her, it's fine. There's no scratch. It's fine, right? And don't call the cops. We're good. Everybody left. And right before the time, I guess, for you to file a civil lawsuit against a person expired, she gets hit with a lawsuit.
Hmm.
To pay for damages because he was unable to work and he had back and neck injuries, and she was like,
welcome to Miami.
yes, that is the thing.
Anyways,
here,
so
I
this-
didn't
yeah.
want there to be any misunderstanding later that I hit her
Mhm.
or anything like that.
So
and as
this-
soon as she knew,
this lady, so this lady just decides that she's just going to go, and she leaves. So we have a tag number, we have a vehicle make, and we have a police report now.
Mm-hmm.
But they cannot find this lady.
Because what was it
Yeah,
that they said?
the address that it was, they were no longer living there. The car was registered to somebody else. Using the tag and this and that and all this kind of stuff that was going on. Months later, like 6 months, right? Something like that? 6 or 7 months later.
I felt like we saw that car everywhere.
Yeah. It was it was a
an
Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah, a white
one.
Mhm.
It had
Yeah,
rims.
jinx.
It had rims, and I
I
remember
don't notice those things.
Yeah, and I remember part of the tag was ITC, but I
Wow.
can't remember the rest of it.
I completely don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I think it was ITC G66. I'm actually pretty sure.
I don't think we should be giving out people's tags numbers.
Listen,
on
they're
our
a bunch
chat.
of they're a bunch of bums. Anyways, so months and months and months later, I go to work, and I pull into the parking lot. I'm working at Bed Bath & Beyond. I pull into the parking lot, and every time I see an Escalade, I always just go around the back, and I looked at the tag, not thinking, I'm
Anything.
ever gonna find this thing. And
Lo and behold.
lo and behold, it's the tag, and I'm like, there is no way, no way at all.
And she's shopping in
Okay.
her store.
And she's shopping in the store. So I parked the
Didn't you
car,
Didn't you see
and
there
I
a
was
cop?
in the car. I was in the car
Yes.
that the accident happened. So I call the cops. The
But
cops
didn't you say
come.
that there was a cop there in the parking lot? Like
No, I called them,
okay.
and they were close enough that they were there really quick.
Okay.
And I spoke to them, and I said, "Listen, here's the story. Here's the report. This is everything that happened." And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna wait for her to leave, and then I'm gonna pull her over, so that they don't know that you called."
Right.
So I'm like, "What do I do? Do I just go in?" He's like, "Yeah, just go into work, like nothing." So when I walk in, I remember the description of the lady because Ketmia had told me, and she's checking out. And I'm like, "Hello, how are you? Did you
Karma
find
has come to
yeah.
call.
Did you find everything okay today?" Yes. I hope you're having a great day.
It's
You're about to get
worse.
better. Right? So as soon as she walks out the front door, I tell my employees, "That's the lady. She's the one
because
who
they
hit."
knew the whole thing?
It's already everybody knew the
Wow.
story. I'm like, "That's her. That's her. That's her." It didn't matter how busy we were. It didn't matter that we had people. We were telling
No.
the story of what happened as quickly as possible to the people who were in line.
No.
And now we have an audience at the front
No.
window of Bed Bath & Beyond.
Isn't
looking
it crazy how
out
there's
into
like
the parking lot.
there's like an inner desire to see like someone get justice?
Hmm?
And I feel like when I see somebody that just like cut me off in traffic and later I see them pulled over, I'm like, justice.
It's the best. Yes.
And people who drive by are probably thinking, justice.
So we're now all standing, right, looking out the window. We see the cop car. He's parked over by the Buffalo Wild Wings, and we're just sitting there watching. She pulls out. As soon as she makes the right turn, lights up, woo, pulled over, and we're like, justice. There was
After 6 months.
yeah, they were able to get all of the insurance. He ticketed her. They did all the stuff that they needed to do. And then
She probably thought that thing was behind her.
yeah, like she just whatever. And then she leaves. She drives off. And I'm thinking, "Oh, I'll get a phone call or something." No, the cop comes over and he's like, "Here's all her information, bud. Good luck. Thank you." And we called the insurance.
And we were
Let
able
them
to
know what
get
it was, and we were able to get everything
straightened away.
straightened away. That was crazy. It was a crazy story.
And that's probably the one and only time that something like that's going to happen.
What were the chance? I mean, how many cars did we drive around to check the tag and be like, "Oh, not this one. Nope, not this one."
But you know what? I'm glad it was none of those, because if you think about it, what would have happened if we were driving,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we did find her in the middle of the road. Well, it would have been reckless of us to follow her to wherever she was going, right? Because then at that point, it's like you're sort of taking matters into your own hands. What would you do? It's kind of creepy to follow someone all the way to their house while you're on the phone with the cops.
Hello, it happened to us. Did you forget?
I do. Oh my gosh. But wasn't this, there was something
Okay,
going on.
No, what happened was
the
that
country was like in high alert.
right. I forgot exactly what it was.
Something was happening, and I don't remember really what it was.
But I made a U-turn, okay, a legal U-turn at a light.
With the
Okay.
arrow to
with
turn.
the arrow to turn, right? And she was making a right-hand turn from the other lane,
Mm-hmm.
and she felt as though I had cut her off or done an illegal turn. She calls the cops on us.
No.
No, she starts following us.
Following us, right? But like really aggressively.
Really
and
aggressively.
honestly, we couldn't really see
Mm-hmm.
that it was a woman.
Right. We
Right?
had no idea
Right.
what it was.
And we were almost home.
Mm-hmm.
And you were smart enough.
Yeah, I just started driving around
Just to see, is
just
this
to,
car
just
really
to see,
following
is it
us?
following us,
Mhm.
whatever. And and it started
Every
to
turn.
go down every turn, every single bit of it. So we called the cops. And the cop is like, the dispatcher was like, try and get into an area where it's an open parking lot. What is around you? And I'm like, there's a Publix right on the corner. I'm going to go into that parking lot and I'm going to circle that parking lot or whatever. So when I get there, I see the cop is pulling in over on the other side. I drive by him and I'm waving him down. I open the window, wave him down. I'm like, the person right behind me. And he cut off that person.
Do you remember there was a helicopter?
Yes. Yeah.
There was a helicopter that was called out too, because they said how many people are in the vehicle, and we said,
and we're like, we have
don't
no
know.
idea where it's.
But we had even made a weird U-turn,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing that. And the thing is, road rage is not like incidents of road rage. I know they happen everywhere, but that's not far-fetched over
No,
here,
no.
And I'm so glad that we did not go home. Like, they could not see where we lived because we
Right.
drove around everywhere. And
Mhm.
for all they knew, we had just turned into the neighborhood to try to get away from them.
Right.
And I remember that the whole turning, it's not like there were brakes that were slammed
Nothing.
or horns that were
Nothing.
honked. It was like we turned and she turned, and it was like something about the whole thing, ticked her off.
She
But
must
so-
have been having a bad day.
So then they pull her over, and it is an older lady. I
Yep.
was shocked. She had her granddaughter in the
Mhm.
car.
Yeah.
That to
it
me was shocking that
insane.
she could get so livid to do that, and now that you reminded me about that whole thing, like, it was so funny because I could hear her yelling because they had to come talk to us, and I could hear her yelling, "They called the cops on me. I should have called the cops on them." And they're like, "Well, you should have done that instead of following them,
Yeah.
because you're in the wrong here."
Mhm. And
So-
she got a ticket for aggressive driving
And
or,
reckless
or reckless
endangerment.
endangerment or whatever it was that she got.
Whatever.
And they were like, I'm sorry.
And the country, whatever was going on then, because I remember thinking, like, why on earth is there a helicopter
Mhm.
overhead? Like, that's way too much.
Yeah.
That's excessive,
Yep.
But they had even said, look at what you caused
Mhm.
because you wanted to do that. And you know what? That all ended well,
Yeah.
because I just finished watching a video about a woman who's actually calling the cops, right? Because she's on the highway, and she said that a guy in a pickup truck cut her off and hit her car on the highway, right? And so she follows him because there is footage. So there's evidence of this, even from other witnesses, right? That she starts following him while she's on the phone with the cops, saying, he hit me. I'm following him. He's getting off of this thing. And the dispatcher repeatedly tells her, stop following him. Okay? We know where he is. Like, back off. Let the cops do their job. She follows him to a Target parking lot. He's going to pull into a parking space, and she blocks him. Okay? Meanwhile, she is like just yelling and screaming on her phone call. It's you would think that she's being kidnapped. That's how she sounds on the call, okay? And he gets back into his car, and he drives off, and she continues to chase him, right? Now they're going somewhere else. Now he's driving at an extremely high speed, right? And from another person who has a dash cam, you're able to see that she goes and she slams into him on the highway, slams into him, and you hear her on the phone saying, he hit me again. He's trying to kill me. And that's not true. She's the one hitting him. And then she slams into him again, and this time she causes him to roll over, go into oncoming traffic. She caused like a 4-car pile up and killed people. And now she's under arrest for road rage. Because she wanted her justice, but, like, stuff like that, it could have ended badly.
Oh, it could have, and it was us, and we had the kids in there.
We had, yeah, and that was really scary
Mhm.
because you never know if you're about to be carjacked.
Yep.
If this is a gang initiation, like you don't know any of this stuff, you know. So
Better safe than sorry.
yeah, and I thought, we handled it right. We let them take care of it, and my
And we got our
goodness,
justice.
we have so many things like this that have happened to us. One day we'll talk about the
yeah.
day that we went to the secret government facility by accident.
Ooh. Yes, one day that'll come.
Yes.
If you guys enjoy listening to craziness and stories, keep listening to the this and that chat. Because let me tell you, we have stories. We have stories on stories. And it's so much fun to be able to share them, and we can tell that there's somebody out there who's liking them because our episodes keep getting downloaded, and we're glad that we have a lot of people who keep coming back.
We have a lot of flies.
We have a lot of flies on the wall. So a big shout out to all of our new listeners in the last couple weeks, because we just continue to grow, and we love that we have these new followers. We would love to hear some comments and some suggestions and things that you guys would like to hear us talking about, and keep coming back. So join us on our Instagram, it's the This and That Chat, or on our webpage, thethisandthatchat.com. Send us messages there, or reach out to us, or be able to see where you can listen to us. We're on pretty much every single platform. So that's all I got. What you got? That's it?
That's it.
That is all?
For now, folks. Wait, what does Porky Pig always say?
Do
it.
That's all, folks.